Hello everyone, welcome back to some more of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Last time, we questioned McGilded himself, only to find out that, yes, there was in fact a fifth passenger on board with him. The issue, however, comes with the fact that that fifth passenger was this little lady here, Gina Lestrade, not Lestrade as I thought. And yeah, turns out she has a whole thing that she saw too, even though she was under McGilded's seat, which is weird. But yeah. So, anyways, we're gonna keep going. Again, apologies for the mic issues. I've been saying it for the last few videos. I've been saying it for like the last videos, but yeah, whatever. I'm getting a new microphone tomorrow, so things should be better. I think the main issue is, again, as it was back when I was doing LA Noir, the audio input thing plus the sound and bass of my voice completely makes everything peak, especially when I do like deep voices or louder voices. So I've turned down the mic audio again for this last thing with this microphone. Hopefully it gets better. Whatever. Anyways, let's hear what Lady Lestrade saw. So, I snuck inside the carriage before they hooked up the horses, just as always. But it was right all waste of time. I got nothing to show for my troubles that night. I tell you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there. Then, after a while, I heard this loud bang. Nearly jumped out my skin, I did, and the scream just came out. It's because of that this swell found me. He did help me get away, mind. I'm trying to do a British accent, but quiet at the same time. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, he let you go.
I fail to understand why you would let this street urchin go, Mr. McGilded.
Oh, 'tis simplicity itself, my lord. You see, she couldn't possibly have killed the other passenger. I knew that for a fact.
How?
As I'm sure I said before, sir. I was sitting right on top of the place where she was hiding herself.
I think a demonstration is called for.
This is where I was sat that night.
And the cubby hole of which you have spoken is underneath this seat, I presume? Yes, it does appear just large enough to accommodate with someone of the girl's stature.
But it wasn't that way before. There was stuff in it before.
Aye, but of course, the wheel ass was stuck in there. Because I parked myself on the seat for the duration. Ah, so you see, that's why I let the last boat. I knew that if the police found her there, they'd automatically assume she'd done it. But I couldn't live with myself that her young life was ruined when all the time I knew she was innocent.
Even though you must have realized your action would result in your own innocence being called into question?
Not at all, my lord, not at all.
Yeah, making him seem like the hero?
I knew in my own heart that I was innocent. So, I thought it was worth taking a punt from my own good name for the sake of this less fortunate loss.
Yeah, you see what he's doing? He's manipulating everyone. Literally. You forget, he's a loan officer. His whole thing is to make himself look good. So of course he makes himself look like the hero. My goodness!
What a perfect gentleman!
My lord! This fine example of a man cannot possibly be guilty of a heinous crime like this. I'm ashamed of myself for ever doubting you, sir. Yeah? And the other few are innocent too? With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time.
Wow, this was the easiest case ever. Huh.
Saints alive! All 6 members of the jury consensually are leading to a verdict of not guilty.
Wow.
Mr. Naruhodo, well, this must mean
It must mean what?
that we're victorious.
No, we ain't. We've won? Are you sure?
Objection!
Yep, there it is.
Oh!
If the sight of my iron-heeled Wellington offends, pray do forgive the discourtesy. This really is a consummate example of the one monumental flaw in British judicial practices. I hope that wasn't loud. Whatever. Where evidence and reasoning should be paramount, emotion rules the day. Emotion? The witness's latest statement gives us a clear insight into his true nature. What do you mean, his true nature? Yeah, literally. You forget he is literally a loan officer or a loan thief. His whole job is to make himself look good at first. That way people would get him and get his services and things. Do you really think Scotland Yard would have made such a glaring omission? After the incident, the omnibus was comprehensively searched by officers of the police. Obviously, the interior of this cubbyhole, as the witness put it, was included in your investigation. The compartment under the posterior seat was full of the coachman's belongings. It's noted in black and white here in the police report.
Good lord!
The evidence has been tampered with. In order to corroborate Mr. McGilded's story, someone has unlawfully removed everything from under the seat. Which again is literally what we've been saying. What I said last time. After Gina's smoke screen, what's it called? Somebody changed up everything.
How could such a devious contrivance possibly have been effected, Counsel?
Naturally, we must acknowledge the deficiencies of the constabulary in allowing this to have happened. However, I assure you, when the omnibus was wheeled into the courtroom this morning, the compartment under the seat was not empty. Well, my Nipponese friend. Me? When the carriage was submitted as evidence, doubtless you examined it in fine detail, as would any self-respecting practitioner of the law. Pray, what did you find the condition of the underseat compartment to be? It's weird that they're asking this question, because like I know the game tells you, hey, search the compartment, but they don't actually expect you to look through it and everything. I don't say that. I mean, they do. They obviously expect you to look through it, but what I mean is to say is, like, there's a chance you didn't look through it because you didn't notice that there was anything there. So it's like, you know. Oh, to be sure, the young gentleman will be able to clear this up in a jiffy. Sorry. Go ahead. You tell the court now, fella. How this is all an elaborate excuse by the desperate Northern Zeeks. Yeah?
Well, Counsel, do you have something to say on this matter?
How am I supposed to answer? What can I say about the state of that little compartment under that seat in the omnibus? Oh, you can't say it, didn't you? No. I'm easy. It wasn't empty. If you go back last video, it was full of stuff. Okay, well, it did have an empty space, but you'd have to, like, curl yourself up in fetal position to actually enter it.
Well, I really don't know if giving this answer is helping my cause as counsel for the defense. But, as far as I remember at least, when I first examined the compartment, I'm fairly certain there were a number of articles inside it, yes.
Are you sure, Counselor?
I don't be whist. What are you saying now, you daft dog? I thought you were on my side here.
What game are you playing? Your task is to defend the man in the stand. Why would you say something to compromise his position? As the advocate for the defense in this trial, I confess I'm still not entirely sure where I stand. But it seems to me that I should state what facts I do know as clearly and honestly as possible. Interesting.
'Tis not altogether pleasing, fella.
I'm simply telling the truth, Mr. McGilded.
Well, don't forget that you're supposed to be representing my best interest here, lad.
Now then,
A fella's memory is a curious thing, and not altogether reliable. So, the court must consider the facts. That there cubbyhole under the seat is as empty as the devil's heart, so it is. Do you think perhaps it would be in your best interest now to admit that you might have been mistaken?
yeah? Are you threatening me? Why do I feel like something's not right here?
I should like the jury to weigh in on this matter, I think.
Joker Port is designed to have equipment used to maintain the smooth running of the carriage. The good rules state that omnibuses should be properly and fully equipped at all times. So, it certainly wouldn't have been empty on the night in question, but who isn't that irresponsible? Try to running the feature and his pit pouch alive.
Wow, see how easily public opinion can be swayed? I'll talk more about it when this case ends, but okay, when this case ends, which will probably be in like within the next 1 to 3 videos, I'm gonna talk about this because this case perfectly encapsulates the literal problems with the British judicial system that we see right here. Like, literally, it does. Like, I won't go too deep into it because obviously the lawsuit's still going on, but like, literally, look, like, whatever. I can't believe that I was here to take it in. The stinking majority always stink us. Nothing but cowards, the lot of them. Wait! Oh no. It's a trick. Of course it's a trick. Well, that's 2 down. Let's get the scales are back to how they were. Well, that's a third. Quite so. I must concur here. Yeah. Watch all of them be guilty and then I have to do another summation examination. Like, with calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. Yeah, but every time a different truth it seems. My lord, I humbly exhibit the scales of justice. Clearly, a verdict of not guilty at this time would be wholly inappropriate.
Thank you, Counsel. But before we proceed any further, there is the matter of the outstanding cross-examination.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Counsel for the defense, begin questioning of the witness, please.
Yes, my lord. What just happened? The whole balance of the trial just shifted almost beyond recognition. Again! The Reaper of the Bailey is at work, it would seem. My word. Anyways, so you snuck in just like always. How did you sneak in exactly? The doors were locked, weren't they? Oh no, they would have been open at that time. So, you were already in the omnibus before it even set foot off on its run? Well, yeah, I mean, what's the point of spending a jelly drink with your Bob, eh? That's a rum idea, you know? I suppose she means there's no point in spending money to make money. It actually makes sense. And tell that to all the investors out there.
Counsel, may I remind you that this girl is a petty thief. Kindly refrain from entertaining her tenants.
Well, that does clear up the little mystery of the fares and all. 4 paying passengers are 5 pence apiece, making the 20 to which the cabman testified. And when to escape race, ran for free.
The right punk of the driver always goes for some grub before his last run, you see. So, last one I slip into the car to get myself nice hidden under the seat. Nice and easy, right?
But your hiding place is a storage compartment, full of equipment for the coach. No.
Yeah, there's brushes and pockets and whatnot in there, sure. I always drop all that out and cram it in a corner somewhere. Now it never seems to bother much.
And yet, according to the report filed by the police officer who arrived first at the scene, the compartment was full of such paraphernalia.
Well, I don't know nothing about that. Like I said, I moved all the stuff out so I could hide under the seat. That's all I can tell you.
It seems we've reached the end of that line of inquiry. Continue.
Yeah? Okay. I wasted time, I got nothing to show. How? Because you were locked inside by what's-his-face, literally. A waste of time? Why is that? Well, let's met him on my own. For him to got permanent at least some of the time.
I beg your pardon. Did you say God permit?
Oh, yeah, well, that's what my kind calls it. You'd say the omnibus, I suppose. Well, the point is, any normal run, the carriage ain't got no one in it for a while. And that's when you come out of your hiding place and get away? That's it. Only that night. This cove was sat on the seat from the start. And he didn't budge the whole way, did he? Not 1 inch. I was totally stuck.
Do you mean to tell us that you were present in the carriage for a new duration? You were under the seat the entire time while events unfolded in the enclosed cabin?
Yeah. Right, mister?
To be sure. I was as shocked as anyone. You don't expect to lift a cushion you can sit on and find a child in it, do you?
Huh. So this Miss Lestrade couldn't possibly be the culprit then? Because and by the same logic, McGilded couldn't be the culprit, right? Because McGilded was supposedly sitting on that car the entire time. You can't see a blind thing.
Hold it!
Alright. So, you couldn't see out into the cabin at all? Not a job. Most days I push the cushion up with my head out and look at the trap. Then I can have a push at who I'm gonna fiddle. I thought you were a pickpocket, not a butcher. I mean, I can have a look. The seat I get under ain't as plush as the other ones, see? So, most of the time, the passengers plant themselves at opposites. But for some reason that night, this here Irishman spent the whole journey right over my head. And for that reason you weren't able to push the cushion up to peek out. I see. Truth is, I ain't too happy in small dark places. Feels too much like being buried in a clink. Well, it's the only place to hide in them carriages, so it's Thompson's choice. Why doesn't she just stick to picking people's pockets in the open then? Because rich people go in those carriages, so it's much more of a steal. I'd say there's some reason that she's not letting on, judging from her demeanor. So, anyways, I
I was a bit scared, but I had to just stick it out under there. Nothing else for it. Then you hear this loud bang. Loud bang. Is it the victim dropping on the floor? No, because there was no floor thing either. When you say a loud bang, do you mean the noise of someone falling to the floor? Could have been, I suppose. I don't remember so well. Point is, it made me jump. And you let out a scream. Involuntarily? That's right. And then I felt the cushion on the head get lighter all of a sudden. Presumably when the defendant got up in order to help the victim. Yes.
Or not. It could equally have been the moment the accused stood in order to stab his victim, could it not?
Well, girl, did you see what happened at that crucial moment?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah? I pushed up the cushion and had a quick butcher's while I had the chance, didn't I? The Irishman was sitting up the blood what had fallen was on the floor on the seat opposite. That matches Mr. McGilded's account, of course. But then, the fella suddenly turns around and looks right at me. I sunk back down again, but it was too late by then. I should have never risked looking. It's because of that. This swell found me. He did help me get away, mind. Hold it! Why? And when Mr. McGilded discovered you, he pulled you out from your hiding place? Oh, it's scared stiff I was. He dragged me out and sat me down on the seat and all. Next to the dead body, Mr. Mason? Yeah, bro. You just find some child under your seat. What do? You sit her down next to the dead body with the knife still sticking out of it, blood still coming out. Really, McGilded? You couldn't. Look, I get that you couldn't trust her, but at the same time, you put her next to a dead body. Really, bro? Yeah. The bloke got a knife in his guts. He was still bleeding. And the couch dodged a bit, and ended up falling onto me. Ugh, how awful. Both my arms got covered in blood. It made me feel sick as a dog. Both her hands covered in blood. That must be what the rooftop passengers saw. After that, I believe you talked with Mr. McGilded for a while. Is that correct? He asked me some stuff. Wanting to know my name and what I was up to and that. Then I heard something from up above. Someone screamed. Yes, Mr. First on the rooftop, one would presume. Well, I didn't want no one to see my face, so I didn't look up. Then the officer was drawn smartish, and this here Irishman says to me, "Get back under the seat. I'll see that you can get away later." Well, that's everything. All 6 members of the jury had decided that the defendant was innocent. For one brief shining moment, yes. It's clear they are all still very unsure. If you could just find some conclusive piece of evidence among this new testimony, I'm sure we would clinch the verdict we want. Yes, I think you're right. And I have this niggling feeling something's bothering me, but I just can't quite put my finger on it. Well, I can't think of any evidence to put on the thing. I mean, defendant's leather gloves, gloves on the right glove. Oh, this is all? I thought we had more evidence. Oh, that was investigations, that's right. I'm playing through investigations now, so, you know. Anyways, let's see. Crime scene photograph. He was still bleeding. It looked the blood was already clotted to me, but I guess not. Looking at the knife. There's blood on it, alright. Looks
Squirt a lot of blood. Let's see. Well, open up the knife. Ledger's no point. It has to be the omnibus itself. But the issue is, not only do we see was there stuff in the bottom part of the time, but this blood mark wasn't on the floor. Matter of fact, it looks new, like somebody just threw some paint down there. Waste of time. I hope Gina's voice sounds good. I'm trying to do the proper accent, but unfortunately, yeah, no, it's lacking. Whatever. Anyways, can't see a thing. I heard this loud bang. This 12 found me. Thing. Let me save here just in case I get something wrong. What was it? I was on number 5. Okay, good. Let's go number 4. Of course, I get the unlucky number. Nothing to show, it makes sense. Can't see a thing. I heard this loud bang. Well, let's see. What can we do? Because I'm actually at a standstill here. See a thing.
Hold it!
Oh, that was a mistake. Whatever. Could have been. The cushion got lighter. I wonder if the only thing I can think of as presenting is the omnibus or the gloves. Beyond that, this game just came out. This loud bang. Is that a knife? No. Okay. Huh. Then, what could it be? And make sure I click load instead of save. The only thing I can think of is presenting the omnibus. Unless there's another bit of testimony I haven't seen.
Hold it!
Oh yeah, we did this already. What could it be? Let me look up a guide. Because I honest to God, I don't understand. Well, let's see. Ace. Well, let's see. Hold on a sec. Let me pause the recording. Okay. Okay, and we're back. Okay, so apparently the game is doing something. The game is doing something too sneaky with this. Okay, so what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to press on the 5th statement, then press on the 3rd. Apparently, McGilded is supposed to have something to say on that, so...
Hold it!
I don't understand, they're like, why would they do that? Like, you know what I mean? I can understand pressing on a statement and then getting new testimony because of that, but pressing on this statement and then going back to this other statement and pressing on it, like, what kind of game design is that? Seriously. Oh well. Let's see what we got here. Alright. Next is the 5th statement. Or next is the 3rd statement, sorry. I don't know why they designed it like that.
Hold it!
Alright, so McGilded is supposed to have a pursue line here. What do we have here? I see. Truth is. Oh, something new.
Well, no.
That's how his voice sounds like? Huh. Well, I mean, I get he's an old man, but like, he's an Irishman, right? Whatever.
Excuse me.
Is something wrong, Mr. McGilded? Oh, I do apologize. Was there something the matter, Counsel? I'm just wondering if Mr. Strawn's last comment made something occur to you, perhaps. You seem to be thinking something to yourself. Oh, no. 'Twas not important. I was feeling bad for the poor lass, is all. I remember feeling desperate myself as a young lad, shut up in the dark. 'Twas terrifying, so it was. I see. Yes, I'm sure we can all sympathize. I'm so scared of the dark now. Aye, and I don't know about yourself, but I find that the darkness seems to make everything you hear seem that much louder as well. Yeah. I suppose it does. Maybe. Miss Lestrade, did you hear something that night? Anything? An unusual noise, perhaps? Nah, not really. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. The chappers! There's no need to tell the whole world the word of me foibles, you little scamp. What a pity. No, she heard something, alright. She heard something. Probably everything of what was happening in there. But because McGilded has the power, he's got her under the lock and key, probably. Yeah, that's probably what's going on. Because literally, we're seeing throughout, like, pretty much, especially now, like, literally, he's manipulating everybody, isn't he? Like, first he's basically saying, I'm a good person. Oh, you want to disprove me? Well, here, I protected this child. That means I must be a good person. And then, like, you know what I mean? He's basically using that and to cover himself and whatever. But you see what he's doing here? Like, literally, he's manipulating people. If only Mr. Strahd had heard something, it might have given us a vital new clue. Yes. What should we make of that last statement of hers? Well, we don't got anything else to do, so... Well, although I don't think we can draw any particular conclusions from that... Well, yeah, I don't think we can draw conclusions.
Very well. If that is the position of the defense...
What's the matter, Mr. Sato? Well, I don't know. Is that really true, do you think? I'm pretty sure I clicked... Oh, I clicked it was insignificant. Okay. I'm stupid. I thought it said it's significant or something. It must be. Surely. She said she didn't hear anything. Perhaps that's precisely the point. Could that be important in and of itself? Yeah, that makes sense. Guy got stabbed and she didn't hear nothing whatsoever of the guy being stabbed.
Continue with the cross-examination, Counsel.
Oh. Well, whatever.
Hold it!
Let's do this all over again. Couldn't see out from the cabin, la-di-da. So yeah, literally, McGilded is literally covering up everything. Okay.
Well, no. Excuse me.
They are now then. Yeah, we can see he's literally manipulating the trial as it's going on. Like literally, like he first started saying how good a person he is. Then afterwards, after he's like just disproven a bit, he cements the fact he is a good person by saying, "Hey, look, I saved this child." And what's it called? After that, I guess he takes advantage of the fact that Gina gasses out the entire courtroom to change around some bits of evidence to make it look like everything was good or something. And actually, yeah, literally, now that I think about it, both him and Gina were called into the judges or the prosecutor's chambers, right?
that means there's a chance they could have met while outside or something like that, and he would have threatened her because he has so much power. Like, it's profoundly important. There it is. I didn't read everything. My lord, I believe the statement just made by the witness is profoundly important.
Profoundly important? But all she said was that she heard nothing.
Yes, which is the profoundly important point. I'm almost sure of it.
I'm almost sure that I don't understand the inner workings of your Eastern Mind Council. Nevertheless, Miss Gina Lestrade, you will supplement your formal testimony by repeating the last statement, please.
Is my voice getting weaker? What? Well, supplement? What are you on about? Now give me all your fancy talk. I know what you're trying to do, but it won't work on me. That's right, insult the judge. Always a good move. Straining my ears to work out what was going on, but all I could hear was snorts.
Hold it!
You sure about that? So, you were straining to hear what was happening the entire time? Since the moment you hid yourself? Not exactly, no. Sorry? Well, there was no one in the cabin to start with. I could just push the cushion up and have a purchase to see what was what. But then, when I saw this spade getting on, I got my head down so he didn't notice me. And Mr. McGilded sat on the seat under which you were hiding, correct? Yeah. Would you Adam and Eve it, eh? What a mug. So then all I could do was listen. I was waiting to jump out of there as soon as I heard him leave, see? Oh, what, really? Not likely. Even though we stopped here and there, I never heard the door open. So I just had to stay put and listen to him driving his pigs to the market, snoring like an old dog he was. Hold it right there. You never heard the door open? But McGilded was the first person on the thing, right? First legitimate passenger on the thing. In other words, why did you not hear Mason getting on? Interesting. We caught her. Are there any conclusions we can draw from that, I wonder? Yeah, it doesn't add up. Miss Lestrade, what you have just told the court is clearly at odds with the facts.
At odds? Are you sure, man?
Absolutely.
It seems my learned Nipponese friend is not as dull-witted as I feared.
So Van Zieks realized it too.
Counsel, I must insist that you bolster your claim with evidence, or some complicit party's name at the very least.
Yes, my lord.
I expect you to demonstrate this alleged contradiction to the court.
According to Miss Lestrade, while she was hiding in the omnibus that night, she heard nothing but the sound of Mr. McGilded snoring. But think, Ryunosuke, think! There's something else she should have heard. A person is probably best to hear. Let me elaborate. Yeah, the thing she's missing is Thrice-Fired Mason. If McGilded was the first person to get on, then she should have heard him afterward.
Thrice-Fired Mason?
Yes, my lord. The sound that Miss Lestrade cannot have failed to hear is that of the victim, Mr. Mason, boarding the omnibus.
Order! Explain your reasoning, counsel.
Miss Lestrade, allow me to confirm something. You claimed earlier that you were the first person on board the omnibus. Is that correct? Yeah, of course I was. I got on while the driver was in the pub, but now... And the next person to board the omnibus was Mr. McGilded? That it was! Not a soul was in the cabin when I climbed aboard. At least, not in plain sight. So you were, to all intents and purposes, aboard the enclosed cabin on the omnibus at that time. Had I not said just as much, I wasn't traveling with anyone else, if that's what you mean. Yeah, I saw him get on, remember? Throw the crack under the seat cushion. It was on his own for sure. And from what we've heard, the carriage made a number of stops after that on its onward journey. During which time, did you not hear the door opening or closing at all? Nah, I never heard it. That's exactly what I was listening for, wasn't it? Waiting for this swell to leave. In which case, when and how did the victim end up in the carriage? We know that the victim collapsed inside the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. Therefore, Miss Lestrade's statement about what she did, or did not hear, is at odds with the facts. Yeah, we literally caught her as she slipped up.
Yes, this petty thief's statement was clearly flawed. Lord Van Zeeks!
Yes, he knew. He knew all too well that there was an inconsistency in Miss Lestrade's statement.
It would seem the words of thanks are in order for my learned friend.
What are you talking about?
You have demonstrated matters impeccably. This witness and her colorful statements are entirely unreliable. Her words are convenient untruths, nothing more.
Oh. Is that right? How could we make possible our borrowed omnibus? It makes no sense whatsoever. And this girl is a pickpocket. Let's not forget that. Yeah? Again? She didn't even say anything. I didn't mean to judge the dear little mite just because she had some rather naughty ways. But I must say, I can't abide liars. And neither can I. Mr. Foreman, I didn't want to dump the girl just because she has some less than salubrious ways. But I must say, I cannot abide liars. Well, that's another lamb. Who's next? Come on. Just do the rest of them. Mr. Naruhodo, that's 5 jury members leaning toward guilty. Come on, just bring the 6th. I'm ready.
Well, your consideration for others is refreshing, my Nipponese friend. To the considerable troubles you have spared me. Yes, very refreshing indeed.
What are you playing at? Have you forgotten who you're working for, Yusuf Isan Abadan? This is carnage. It's perfect. Juror number 2 is the only one left. Mr. Naruhodo, the way this is going... I know. If we can't find some new way to convince everyone of Mr. McGilded's innocence, the judge will rule, and we'll have lost. I very much wanted to believe the words of one of London's most respected gentlemen, but those of us in service know we must accept hard truths.
Hold it!
Yes, the witness's last statement seems to reveal a critical inconsistency in her story. However, if we consider the possibility that her statement is in fact the truth, it may shed an entirely new light on this whole case.
What are you saying?
Council? I'm sorry, sir? Whatever do you mean?
Council, I am not attempting to prolong my education. Explain yourself at once. When the accused boarded the omnibus on the night in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. Subsequently, the carriage door was not heard open a single time, as testified by the witness in the stand. And yet the victim's body was found inside the carriage. If this petty thief's words are to be believed, how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus?
There's only one way to explain how the victim came to be inside the carriage. Well, first off, he couldn't have been in there already because only the seat McGilded was sitting on has the thing. Only the seat McGilded was sitting on has the thing inside of it. And it couldn't be put there after he died because then he would have already been inside the carriage again and you just have the same problem over. So the most likely thing is that there had to be another entrance. If the door wasn't opened even once, the only explanation is that the victim entered the enclosed cabin some other way.
Objection!
I wondered what new fantasy you would come up with in your blind panic. But behold, the omnibus is here for all to see. Only one side of the enclosed cabin is furnished with a door. The other has only windows. Fixed windows, which cannot possibly open. In short, there is no entrance to the cabin other than the door.
Objection!
But there could be. There's one possibility you haven't yet considered.
Oh really?
Yes, one other way inside that isn't the door. Another opening, the use of which allowed the victim to appear inside the enclosed cabin. And it's actually been right in front of us for people who have been eagle-eyed. If you look at the skylight, it has a lock. One that presumably is open from the outside, so anyone climbing up top can easily just click it open and slip inside.
Alright, Counsel. The defense will identify a location for the court. Here is the omnibus on which the incident occurred. Where on earth is the entrance by which you propose the victim enter the cabin?
Has to be the skylight.
Take that!
The answer is obvious. It could only have been the skylight.
I say, the skylight?
Objection!
Your ludicrous proposal has me lost for words. However,
Objection!
The skylight may well be large enough for someone to pass through.
Objection!
so you claim. But do you have a shred of evidence to support your addle-brained theory?
Both Mr. McGilded and Miss Lestrade said the same in their testimonies. They each claimed to have heard a loud thud, such as the noise made by someone falling to the floor.
Yes, which has already been explained as the sound of the victim falling from the seat having been assaulted with a dagger.
Yes, it has, but would a man slipping from his seat onto the floor really have made such a loud noise as the witnesses described? A noise loud enough to cause Miss Lestrade to let out an involuntary cry, in fact.
Good gracious!
Perhaps, in fact, that was the moment the victim made his entrance into the cabin, through the skylight. One of the people up top killed him and then stuffed him through. Like, technically both would have had to kill him, because then how do you kill someone like that and have no one see?
No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it.
Objection!
You're now suggesting that the victim fell from the skylight into the cabin? That's simply impossible.
How can you be so sure?
Because if the victim had fallen inside through the skylight as you said, the passengers on the roof deck would have seen it happen. And yet, not one person made mention of such events in their testimony.
Well, yes, that's true.
But
McGilded, what do you want?
might a humble fella make a wee comment here?
Mr. McGilded?
To be sure now, the two fellas who were sat on the roof that testified before said nothing of the victim falling through the skylight. But it seems to me, my lord, that 'tis not so much a case of them not saying, but... Aye. 'Tis a case of them being unable to say.
Oh, is this what he's doing again?
I think perhaps the two fellas do be having something of a compelling reason not to mention what happened. Would you not agree, fine ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Again, manipulation, again. He's turning things against those two now. Oh, my goodness. Surely not.
Those two chaps on the roof.
You mean
The ones who stuck the knife in the man were...
oh! Yeah, literally, he's blaming it on them.
Just what exactly are you insinuating here, you blitherer?
You rotter, he said. You rotter. What are you insinuating?
This was a flaming outrage. I've a good mind to give you a big go in a minute.
I'll give you a shine in a minute, he said, and so will I. Mr. Fairplay.
You're effectively accusing me, a city gentleman and well-respected banker,
and me, a very angry hatter,
suggesting that of someone like me could have stabbed that man in the guts. It's a disgrace. It's scandalous. It's... I protest in the strongest possible terms.
That's right, I protest too. About you, you rotten scoundrel.
Okay, wait, was Van Zix just standing there pointing like that for the entire thing? Like, I get that it's obviously like the motto thing, but it's funny just to switch over to Van Zix and have him just standing there pointing at either Ryunosuke or the witnesses. Like, whatever. Order! Order!
This is not the time, witnesses. I will not permit this one-time invasion of the stand. Return to the archer room at once.
But this is beyond reason, my lord. It's so outrageous.
It's very hurtful, you know.
My lord, if I may comment.
Go ahead, Lord Van Zix.
It was the defense that incited this outburst from the witnesses. My learned friend has seen fit to abandon all protocol and accuse the witnesses without proof.
Me? Really? Van Zix, you literally saw, what's it called? McGilded do his own thing. What are you blaming me for? All I did was point out the skylight. Accuse? I never intended to.
It seems, young Nipponese, that your command of the English tongue is wanting.
Yeah? You're gonna play that card?
You propose to the court that the victim fell through the skylight from the roof deck of the omnibus. That hypothesis cannot possibly stand without the rooftop passengers being aware of the events. You have branded these gentlemen liars. You have imitated their criminal guilt, or intimated their criminal guilt. In our British course of law, that is what is termed a baseless accusation.
I know I was rash to put this idea forward without any actual evidence, but you can't just dismiss it without second thought. What are we wasting time for? Get them to testify. Yeah? I thought there was something fishy about that hut from the moment I laid eyes on that fellow. We have to see this matter through now, one way or another. If there's filth and rubbish in our midst, we must dispose of it at once. What's happening, Mr. Naruhodo? The spectators in the public gallery they're in a complete frenzy.
Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First.
My lord?
You will take the stand again and make another formal testimony in reference to the indictment brought by the defense.
Yes, my lord. I didn't come here for this. There's no time to think this through. All I can do is keep pushing forward. And I think that'll be it for this time, because as you probably can notice, I am getting pretty tired. But yeah, though, literally, like we're literally seeing a McGilded's manipulation at play here. Like now, as you can see, now he spun the blame on them, or rather, he caught what we were saying and went with it to be like, oh yeah, well, they, it's not that they couldn't see him open the door, it's that they didn't, because otherwise they would get arrested. So, like, you know what I mean? He literally just took advantage of what we said and said something different. Not different, but he went off of what we said and used it to better his own stance, which is crazy. Anyways, that will be it for this time. Next time, we are going to hear their testimony, and hopefully my audio will sound better by then. Whatever. Anyways, I will see you all next time.